Thank you very much, everyone, for staying with us. There seems to be no end in sight in the crisis rocking the new Nigeria People's Party, one of Nigeria's young political party which emerged just before the 2023 elections. I remember when I had a conversation with Alhaji Buba Galadima at the time, he says, look, they have everything well put together as far as the party is concerned, that we will see political science in action. Well, in the party, there seems to be that the center is no longer holding, as now some members of the party will say they are the BOT, the Board of Trustees of the party, have suspended the NNPP flag bearer and the leader of the party, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Senator Kwankwaso, a former Kano State governor who came forth in this year's presidential election, was suspended by the group led by the NNPP chieftains Boniface Aniebonam and Agbo Major. The group led by Aniebonam and Major was suspended. Kwankwaso at a special General Assembly meeting held at the Rockview Hotels in Apapa area of Lagos. But in Abuja, you know, that's part of what they said today on your screen about what they call anti-party activities that Mr. Kwankwaso is involved in. Now, Mr. Galadima and the national chairman of the NNPP and a few others were also in Abuja today. They had what they call the NEC meeting, where they said they've expelled Mr. Agbo Major and Agbo Nama. And now, what is exactly happening within the NNPP? The question that one will be wanting to ask. Alhaji Buba Galadima joins us live. He's one of the founding fathers of the NNPP. Thank you so much, Alhaji Galadima. You boasted, you told me that, look, you are experienced in putting a political party together, but things are falling apart in your party.
No, Shehu. We are very much intact.
Really?
Yeah.
You have split the groups now?
No. No.
Your friend, brother, leader, Kwankwaso has been suspended.
Well, I'm hearing that from you now. I thought what I saw in the social media was just like Nollywood or Hollywood jokes. Now you are confirming that social media event. First, let me make a small correction. Those that were expelled were Dr. Boniface Ukechukwu Aniebonam. You didn't spell it very well.
Okay. Apologies for the wrong spelling of the name.
Yes. And Major Gabriel Agbo Major. Let me first say that we thank the founding fathers of this party who had the vision to form New Nigerian People's Party some 21 years ago. However, the party remained almost comatose until we came in last year, resuscitated it, give it life, give it tonic injection, and it became what it is today. As you have seen, a lot of people in this country are interested in this party, in the sense that they felt, the other parties felt that they could only survive if they destroy this party. But unknown to them, we are as solid as the rock of Gibraltar.
Who are these people that you are alleging?
Those who fear Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso's profile.
Who are these people?
You are a journalist. You are an investigative journalist. I'm giving you a challenge. Because those that sponsored those people...
Why do you send us on an unending
when I can tell you
when
now,
you can easily say it? Because there are those who will say, look, Alhaji Buba Galadima is just not saying the truth, because, look, there are no persons that are after the NNPP. NNPP is after itself. There are those who perhaps will say that.
No. know, there are a lot of things going under the carpet. After our research of these elections, you know, we didn't go to court. We discovered that even in the Northwest alone, Kwankwaso scored about 3.963 votes, which had not been accounted for.
3.96 million votes, or
which has not been accounted for. And in Bauchi, when we went to court, all the two major parties connived to make sure that they rigged us out in court. And one of them accused the other of having helped itself in about 6 or 7 local governments. And a recount was made. In that recount, it was discovered that NNPP had 160-something thousand extra votes that have not even been accounted for from the 90 that they gave us. In Nasarawa here, I'm taking one state, one zone after the other in the north, in the north. Nasarawa here, our candidate went to court. They gave him 11,000 votes. We discovered that he scored 117,000 votes. They just cancelled 7 and left 11. And you can also see that there are a lot of issues coming on Kano. That's a subject that we will address on its own when it resurfaces. Because some people felt that oxygen must be removed from Kwankwaso's north. If he survives politically, they are in trouble in 2027.
Is this a fight between Ganduje and Kwankwaso?
I say when it ripens,
no, because
you will be the first person to
just
know.
Just a moment. If you go to Kano,
let's not divert from what brought me
and
here.
I'm mentioning names now because there is a Kwankwaso in the mix, which you have mentioned. In Kano, we know for sure that there is an opposition, which is a former governor and the national chairman of the APC, Ganduje. Is it the only opposition you have in Kano? You have some opposition in other places?
I say,
at the national level.
Mr. President will know that he has taken a scorpion and put inside his pocket.
Who is the scorpion?
Ganduje.
Why do you call him a scorpion? Is that right to call him a former governor? Why?
If he can stink, if he can stink his benefactor.
Who is that?
Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, that next to God, he made him what he is. There is no way that he will not do the same to Tinubu. And Tinubu should know that even as of today, he's been isolated from those under him because they take decisions and ram it on his throat without him really knowing. I am saying this so that he takes note before they throw him under the bus.
Let me take you to
let's go to what we
let me take you up on the Kwankwaso matter and the suspension. Just today, they are accusing him of anti-party activities, and you'll remember he met with President Bola Tinubu of the APC. You've seen pictures of him with former Vice President and PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar. Is this enough evidence to show that he's actually involved in anti-party activities? Thank you.
Now you are yourself an investigative journalist.
Buba Galadima,
since you know all this,
go ahead.
Look, the president had tried to see Kwankwaso on several occasions after the election. It didn't happen. And they agreed to meet in France. Kwankwaso had to bring the national caucus of the party and told them, look, the president wants to see me. What's your position? Everybody in that meeting, about 13 of us, spoke except myself.
Where was the meeting?
in Kwankwaso's house.
In Abuja here?
Yes. And all of them, except myself, I didn't speak, not because I didn't support, but because I know what was happening. So it's better for others who didn't have the privilege of knowledge of what is happening to make their opinion known. And each and every member of that national caucus said, why don't you go and hear Mr. President out? So, to cut long story short, they met in France. They agreed to work together to uplift Nigeria and said they should come back and talk and carry their constituency along. They never met until the second time. The second time they met was when demolitions of Ganduja's properties. It's not the property of Kano people that was being demolished. And Ganduja is a devil.
Sorry, that's quite extreme.
So I withdraw.
I mean, that's extreme.
I withdraw. But when you let the bullet, it's very difficult for you to catch it.
Because I wonder why you lose God to have described someone as a devil.
Because I am in tension. Because I have already reasoned that I have very little time left to live on this earth. And I can't see the Nigeria I had all my life, over 70 years, worked to see working well for you and me and our children. I'm frustrated that only bad people succeed. So, Kwankwaso came to him and said, look, this demolition, look at this place. The company belongs to so. Look at the CSE board of directors, Ganduja's people. Look at this plot demolished, or this property demolished. Look at the owners, all of them linked to Ganduje.
But it doesn't mean that he owns them. They might be friends, family members, or those who are related to him in one way or the other. Does it mean that he owns all of them? That may not be factual, isn't it? To say that Ganduje owned all of the houses or the properties that have been demolished in Kano.
Did we say your name was there?
I'm saying.
I said, did we say your name was there?
Just a moment. I'm
just asking. No, I'm not. We are not quarreling.
No, after all, we are friends. I'm just saying that we have to be factual on the program on what we tell Nigerians.
I say.
If you say that Ganduje owned all the properties that have been demolished, could that be factual? That's the question.
I say, was your name there? Why wasn't your name among those whose properties were demolished?
I don't own a property in Kano.
Thank you. Thank you. So, he explained to Mr. President the situation, what is happening. And the president said, oh, sorry, I didn't know that it is like this. That after all, I gave instructions, but that will be stopped. I don't want to mention what instruction. And they went ahead and started what they were doing.
Well, sir,
hold on.
No, I'd like to ask a question at this point. Was a plan?
He met Mr. President 3 times. The last time he met Mr. President was that we wrote a letter to Mr. President. We, NNPP, wrote a letter to Mr. President that this is the rumors we are hearing, and that your people in Kano, this is what they say on radio, this is what they say in the social media, that irrespective of our clear victory in Kano that cannot be controverted in any court of law, they still say Kano is too large to be left in the hands of an opposition party. Therefore, they will take it by force, as they had done in 2019.
So that's a big fear for your side.
if you are in my shoes, what would be your position?
Has there been a conversation with the president and Mr. Kwankwaso about making Kwankwaso a member of President Tinubu cabinet?
Yes, no. Yes, no.
Yes, in the sense that he was supposed to be a minister.
And no?
No, because of he was dropped later on.
If they said they will work together, working together entails anything or nothing. I can work together with you. So, now we are working together because we are having a conversation. So
the alliance between Bola Tinubu and Kwankwaso has fallen.
It's not alliance. Kwankwaso is a nationalist, patriotic Nigerian who means well for this country.
So is there the same connotation or the same meaning you would draw into Atiku Abubakar and Kwankwaso meetings?
As a politician, we can meet with anybody. After all, we are meeting with you. The other time, I proved that you didn't vote for us.
I never voted. I've not voted in a long time.
So but we still meet. We still converse.
But the question is that if they allege that Mr. Kwankwaso is involved in anti-party activities, and some of these
took permission from us.
But why are the Mr. Agbo Major, unfortunately...
Who is Mr. Agbo Major?
Major Agbo in your party.
Is he a member of the National Caucus?
Of the NNPP? Yeah. Is he not a National Publicity Secretary
what
of the party?
What does that mean?
Unfortunately, he was supposed to speak to us, but we understand that there is a lot of noise in the background. He's supposed to speak to us from...
So, whatever is the case, Kwankwaso had a permission from the party to go and talk to Tinubu and talk to any other political group. So he didn't do it on his own. These people...
How do you resolve this matter with the national... the persons that met in Lagos today who are now in opposition against the Kwankwaso side?
Do you know them?
How do you resolve it?
How many of them do you know?
Are you aware of Agbo Major?
Of course, National Publicity Secretary.
So what do you do?
A member of the National Executive Committee of the party.
So what do you do? You say you have expelled?
He has been expelled. He's not a member of this party. And he knew because all of them that were expelled were called to a disciplinary committee and they were drilled and they accepted their sin, and it is on the basis of the acceptance of what they had done that they were recommended to the National Working Committee for expulsion. And the National Working Committee took a decision on behalf of NEC, and they knew that 21 days ago today, we wrote INEC that we are holding a National Executive Committee of the NNPP because you have to invite INEC to sit with you.
Buba Galadima. We need to go.
You
both said to me a few months ago, and you said that your political sagacity will be brought to bear. Is this what you're talking about? Your party that is falling apart?
When you didn't even allow me to land.
Your land. But
so we wrote INEC. They knew we were meeting today. INEC will be there. That the National Executive Committee will expel them. That is why they thought they will do a counter coup by 7 of them aggregating in Lagos to say that they've expelled Kwankwaso. In today's meeting, all the members of the National Executive Committee except Major were present.
All
the state chairmen, 37 of them, were present. All the members of the National Assembly of our party were present. All senators, all House of Assembly members of our party, our governor was also there. And me, the only member of the BOT, minus Ene Bonam, were there. And we took this decision with INEC present. Therefore, they remain expelled
We need to go now.
Party.
Thank you so much, Alhaji Buba Galadima, for joining us. But I still remind you, you boasted to me that you will build a party that is better than all political parties.
Is it not?
Barely 6 months after the election. Your party is almost barely up. So thank you so much.
When we have everybody
for speaking to
in
us,
the meeting today.
And someone is
only one
suspending
person
your national leader. Buba Galadima. Thank you so much, Edith, for coming tonight.